Life Reflection, Chapter 24, Just in Case I Cease to Exist. Unintentionally, unexpectedly. So I've always sort of wanted to make a video or something telling the people in my life that I've met that mean something to me, just like a message, just in case, like an accident happens. Knock on wood, I actually did. Life is unexpected and things happen. And so I guess there's no better time than right now in this whole life reflection thing to just dedicate some words to the people that I really, really care about. In the case that I do meet an untimely demise, I hope that they can find this, because I don't know if I'll actually be promoting this podcast whatsoever, but it's under my name, at least on the Spotify podcast thing. And Luucidity, I guess it's not a super unique name necessarily. It has two U's because of my last name, Luuu. So hopefully it's good enough for them to find it. If not, I don't know. Either way, I'll just do it. So let's just start off with my parents. So let's start out with my mom, because my mom is probably undoubtedly the person in this world who has provided for me the most and has done so much for me. And regardless of our communication or how things ended up in terms of the divorce and our relationship as a mother and a son, I still really love her and I'm grateful for her. And despite us sometimes arguing about things that honestly don't really matter that much, I still appreciate everything that she's done for me throughout my life. And I definitely need to let her know more often about that, because I do feel like sometimes I can act a little cold around her just because, we live together. I'm still under her house, and it gets that way sometimes with family, especially considering our history. But I love her. I'm going to do my best to continue to, maybe not even continue, to just start really trying to mend our relationship and get to a point where we can express more honestly and openly my care for her, and we can talk about other things other than work and money and stuff that, like I said, to me, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's about the people we care about, friends and family, living a good life together, making memories. So that's to my mom. I just want her to know, and I just want her to live her best life. And for my father, I know he's going to, he's worked hard in his life for sure. He's made a lot of mistakes, and he's not someone who communicates things properly or well. He's had a difficult time with that, and I know he's made huge mistakes in his life for sure, but I just want him to know that I've forgiven him and that I still care about him, still love him, still my dad. All the memories from childhood, spending time playing pool, him teaching me push-ups, stepping on his back, all that stuff, I still remember it, and I'm still happy to have had those memories. And I know I don't really talk with him as much these days, and I'm going to try my best to get that done and reconnect despite everything that happened. I just know there's a time period for that's coming up soon, and I feel like it's good timing, and I'm waiting for that. I think within the next year it'll happen. So those are my hopes. Regardless of the past, I still wish the best for him. And next is my sister. We've had a rough history, but so many good memories as well. I know it's sometimes hard to remember it, but there were a lot of fun moments in our life together with our cousins and the parties and everything. So I just hope that we can get closer as siblings over time. Again, I'm going to try my best to have some conversations I think that are necessary, and I'm also waiting for that right time, because I do feel like it's coming soon. A lot of these things, I'll make a follow-up eventually with this, just my whole family situation of me wanting to make amends, or at least talk things out, let things out, because it will happen. This isn't one of those I'm just saying it and it never happens. I think this time for sure. This time it feels completely different from before. I think the holiday seasons are a good time for it. The new year, the holiday seasons. So that one will be for my sister for sure. My father has his timeline coming up as well. within the next year or two, and then my mother will, well, I'm waiting for something on my side to happen first before we can have that discussion, because I think it won't be effective unless I achieve that thing first, so it's not a factor in the conversation. And this time I really do think it's coming soon, all of it. But for my immediate family, just in case, I want them to know I love them. No matter what, shit we've been through, I just want everyone to be happy and live a good life. And dang, of course I'm crying. I mean, I should expect this by now. Like when I'm talking about family, that's just how it is, especially in the past. But extended family, I'm not going to mention any names. So if people listen to this, if they listen to this, they'll know because of either memories or descriptions. But let's just go with my favorite cousin. I found all of our time together so fun. Like back when we were kids, when we had that hate club, back when we would hang out more and play with the pets. I'd help you with homework. You'd stress out about school and what to do in life. I'm proud of you for taking so many steps and making it to the PhD level and then beyond. I'm sure you got this. Thanks for being my favorite cousin and just always, chatting once in a while, having fun, teasing each other, doing some random voice acting stuff. It was fun. And Blondie Typhoon, I know these days we don't hang out as much or talk that much, but when we were younger, those days were fun, man. All the time playing MapleStory together, Smash, Call of Duty, Yu-Gi-Oh, the card games, everything. Good times, man. And dancing as well. I appreciate you helping me out with some choreography stuff for college. And, whenever we went out to eat sushi and ranked some sushi stuff, it was good. I apologize for the bad times when we were kids. You threw chairs at us, I punched you, and, lots of crying involved, some arguing, but we got over it pretty quickly. And to my old camera enthusiast cousin, I miss the times when I would help you out with handstands or something, or we would do circuits of exercise when you would come over all the time and hang out and just remember that one time we were setting something up like a electronic thing, and then you just read the instructions and figured it out, and I was like, this kid is smart. I've always thought you were one of the most talented dancers that I've seen as well. I definitely think you have the potential to do some awesome things. And maybe try streaming just a little bit, so then I know that I bought that computer for you for good reason, and we kept the deal. And to their parents, I appreciate them a lot. Having always lived close to each other was good. Being taken care of by primarily our grandma when we were younger. I really appreciate grandma a lot. Her cooking for us all the time, taking care of us when we were younger, and just being there. I mean, honestly, without her, there would be none of us, right? And the cooking thing was actually really, really quite essential throughout my life. I think it saved so much time and effort for my mom, for me, and it really, really, really helped. I really need to brush up on my Cantonese to try to connect a bit more with my grandma. But to my uncle, he was always very supportive in his own way. I remember there were a few times I accidentally called him dad. Always cut my hair as well. I really appreciated it. And to my auntie, I'm sorry that I was a troublemaker as a kid. It was always kind of fun arguing, not the serious kind of arguing, but just a little bit of bickering. Definitely the loudest aunt. I appreciate my uncles as well. I didn't interact with the other ones as much, but there was definitely one. He was very strict, but he always meant well and always wanted us to, grow up well and do things that were good for our future. And he would care a lot about family and everything. So I appreciate his enthusiasm for sure. I think it was also thanks to him that I watched Smallville when I was younger, just accidentally, because I was just there, and that was my first exposure to live action superhero stuff. So very much enjoyed it. And to that associated aunt, I appreciate her a lot. She definitely gave me a lot of opportunities regarding creative things, and I admire her ambition as well as doing things when she's older and figuring it out and not letting that stop her. Genuinely impressive. I should try to reach out more. But to their kids, my cousins, despite the age difference, I've always felt very close to you guys, especially the very energetic one. That one time you called me a spirit animal but can't remember. It's quite sad, but we had a lot of fun conversations, and some good memories with board games. That one time we did an escape room. We need to hang out more. The sleepovers were fun. And to the other cousin who likes playing a lot of tennis, and the other cousin who just plays games all the time, I definitely see a lot of potential in you guys. Like, I can tell you guys are very smart kids. And just through talking to you guys. Once again, I do need to make more of an effort to try to see you guys once in a while, but it's nice whenever we hang out as cousins. And to the uncle and aunt that are on the younger side, the one that was supposed to live at my house at some point, as well as the one that picked me up from school at a certain point back then and did some cool basketball stuff. I think our group was called Nanu, niece, aunt, nephew, uncle. I appreciate all the memories we had together. Appreciate that you guys were in our life when we were younger. Like, it definitely made an impression and a difference, and it made our childhood more fun, as well as just like gave us a bond. And I think that's important. And that's why these days I'm trying to reach out more. But I know raising kids is very, very difficult. So I wish you guys the best of luck. Or maybe I don't know, but I was a kid and I can guess at how difficult it is. It seems very difficult. And to a lot of my cousins on my dad's side, especially the one in the military, I appreciate you for being there when I was a kid as well. I learned a lot from you, a lot of moral lessons and lessons regarding selflessness, strength, and I'm glad that you were in my life when I was a kid. It made a difference for sure. I wish the distance didn't make it so hard for us to meet, but I'm glad we got the opportunities to see each other whenever we did. Like, it's always a good time whenever we get to see each other. The weddings were fun. And to my cousins on my dad's side that were actually around and that I got to talk to more often, I really appreciate you guys for being good cousins. I know right now, one of you is raising a kid, and I really admire your patience and ability to be a caretaker. I'm glad that you really love it. And despite things and situations not always being optimal, like, your attitude and your energy is very positive and good. And I really admire that. And, whenever we talk, we're always very open with each other and we have good conversations. So thank you. And I know there was one of my aunts and uncles from my dad's side that took care of me when I was like a super little kid, like a baby basically. And I don't have memories of those times, unfortunately, but I do still want to say that I am very appreciative of it and that I'm thankful that they took the time to take care of me. To my cousin/uncle, it's always difficult to tell which one to call you, but technically you're my uncle, the one whose birthday is just a day away from mine. I appreciated our time together when we were younger. Like, we did a lot of cool stuff, played a lot of games especially, and you're the one who introduced me to Fire Emblem, which was like a game series and franchise I really love. So thanks for that. And yeah, just playing Dynasty Wars together occasionally. Just playing a lot of games together occasionally, but there were fun times. The sleepovers were fun. Like, I just want to mention it because it's like, those were good memories. And I remember some of your attitudes as a kid. I would definitely copy as well. I appreciate the random Pokemon cards you gave me at some point. They looked really, really rare and cool. And to my cousin/niece, again, technically your dad is my cousin, but we're close enough in age that it makes more sense to call you my cousin. But those were good times. I know we met each other later in our lives, but it was good to connect and just share music together back when I was in college and just hang out occasionally afterwards. Definitely one of the like smartest cousins in terms of like what you do for work and everything. I hope everything goes well. And that goes for pretty much everyone I've mentioned, right? I hope that everything goes well for everyone. And this one's going kind of long, so this might just be a family one, and then we'll do friends the next one. But to all my family, like, I really, really appreciate them. Like, even though not everything went well all the time, for the most part, the majority, probably like 90% of the memories I have with all of my family members are like really good. Like, talking about this right now, I miss all of them and I wish I could see them. I will. But yeah, times are really busy these days, but hopefully, we continue to see each other throughout the years. I'll definitely up my effort because these days I've been so focused on my own stuff that I haven't really thought about just start engaging and initiating hangouts, even though like back then I would do it more often. And there's bound to be some people that I don't mention that I haven't mentioned that have made some impression, or like where we've made some good memories together as well. Like to those family and to the ones that supported me that did it a bit more indirectly or discreetly, like I still appreciate you guys. Like every red envelope, every like little bit of a birthday gift, like the people who gifted me like Bionicles, for instance, or anything like that. I just want to say thank you, like to all my family for being there and giving me like a childhood experience filled with family, filled with memories, laughter, fun. I think to me that's very special. Like not everyone has that, and I really, really appreciate you guys. And I hope that everyone lives a really, really great life and has a great future ahead of them. Again, this is the premise of like, just in case I cease to exist, right? I just want everyone to know that they really meant a lot, and the memories mean a lot to me. Like, good luck with everything.